Hi everyone, I'm really excited to bring you this video today because I've been looking forward to the release of this new city enormous free roam map for Assetto Corsa. Finally got my hands on it and it does not disappoint. It is absolutely brilliant, so I'm going to take you through everything to see in the new Sydney West free roam map. Before we jump into that though, as ever, if you are new here, do check out the rest of the channel. There's lots more sim racing on there, and if you like what you see, I'd love to have you on board, so do click on that subscribe button. Here we are then, planet Earth, we all know it, and the reason I've brought Google Maps up is because I'm going to zoom into Eastern Australia and I'm going to go into Sydney here, and where we're going here is Blacktown, Seven Hills and also Prospect and some surrounding areas. So the free roam map that's been designed here by the guys at Assetto Mods, that's the car and track database people, is a pretty cool representation of this whole area. So it actually covers an enormous amount of space. So let's go through some of the tech details. So this is a close representation of a real Australian location. It's based on parts of the western Sydney suburbs of Blacktown, Prospect, Seven Hills and Toogabee. I've probably said that wrong, I'm really sorry. 75 kilometres plus of roads in total, more than 1,000 houses on the map, car parks, shopping centres, points of interest and more, hidden barn finds, working street lights and many areas styled closely to Google Street View. And also they are running online servers on this, so I'm going to show you later on how you can get all involved in this and show you their Patreon site. This is a very cool map, and these videos that I'm showing you here, I hope they do it justice at just how vast this map is. So now we've seen a little bit of an overview to the map, we also need a cool car to drive around in. So I've been digging around my Australian car Assetto Corsa archive and I've come up with the following. I hope you like it. This then is the Ford Falcon EB GT from 1992. So this is by RJE and it's at version 1. This is 267 brake horsepower. It was actually a partnership between Ford and Tickford, and this is the 25th anniversary edition. Really cool. In this video I'm just going to go through all the features of the map. So the first thing to say is there is working traffic on here, and I've kind of crammed all the traffic together. I know you can use the settings in CSP to spread them apart, but I just wanted to see how it would work. So I've actually got 12 different items of traffic on the screen at any one time, so really pushing the boundaries of the map, and the map actually works really well. There is no problems at all. So let's take a bit of a cruise on the freeway. So this is the main freeway section that connects a number of parts of the map. So as you like, this is the spine of the map, and I'm going to race down here in this amazing Falcon and just really get a feel for what's going on. Now as you can see, I've got trucks on here, I've got tankers, I've got all sorts of sports car, and that yellow sports car that's just gone past, it haunts me through this whole video. It's always trying to race me. Really cool. So this is a great way just to explore the map to start off with, and there are lots of other areas that branch off this main spine and you'll see them flashing by as we drive down this main freeway. Now this map has a number of Easter eggs and I'm not really going to go into those on the video. They're for you to explore and enjoy, but all I can say is, and I said it at the beginning of the video, this map is really vast. So it's got 75 kilometers plus of roads, but you can also go off-road on here, and I'm going to show you some of that later on. Just talking about the traffic that I've got on and the car that I'm driving, all of those are actually going to be linked in the description. So I have tried to grab some other Australian cars as well, and there are some links in the description. You may see some of them as we're driving down the road. These trucks and lorries, and there's also a bus on here, I've also linked those so you can download those and get them into your Assetto Corsa database. So I mentioned this yellow car here and it was haunting me through the whole of this video. So anytime I parked up at the side of the road, it wanted to race me. Now this is the cool thing about having traffic. So the traffic is not just on the main freeway or the main motorway, it's also on a number of the side roads too. Now I tried to chase this guy down, not very successfully I must say, but it is real fun. And obviously with the CSP flood settings you can actually set those in Content Manager for different kinds of aggression settings. Also spread the traffic out as much as you want or compact it as much as you want. So it really gives you a lot of flexibility to play this map how you want to. So the map itself looks beautiful. So here I'm running Sol 2.1.3 and I'm running the latest preview edition of CSP, that's 1.76. So do remember guys, if you want rain, and there is some rain that I'm going to show you on here in a moment, you do need the preview Patreon editions. Because the map is so big, there are a number of different areas that the developers and modders have put in there for you to explore. So this is a bit of an industrial complex stroke retail park that I just thought I'd have a bit of a nosy around, and I'm sure you will see there's some very famous brands that are dotted around, and if you're in Australia you're going to recognize all of these. You might even recognize some of the roads and locations, so if you do drop them in the comments, because I know I have a number of you that watch from Australia, and I'm really excited to see how realistic this is. I think this is one of the first free roams that's actually based around a real life location, so very exciting. Do let me know in the comments. Just before I move on any further with more features, I just want to give a big shout out to the modders that have designed this. So this is a vast map and it's optimized really well. So my rig is pretty beefy and I've got some good settings on there, but actually this runs really smooth, and I think a lot of you are going to find this runs really well on your PC. It just feels very optimized, very smooth. The traffic AI is phenomenal as well, and I know there's a car on that banking up there on the top left. Don't know how it got up there. There's bound to be a few strange things happen when you've got this much traffic on. But actually, to put AI traffic on a map this large, we know it's very hard to do and also very time consuming, so that's a massive thumbs up for this map. I also love the elevation changes as well. There's lots of variation in what you're actually driving. Let's have a look at more features then. So here we're on the Falcon and I've put some rain on. I've used rain debug and just put some rain on the ground and a little bit in the air. So this runs really well now. With these big free roam maps, I have noticed that if you do put rain on, it really does slow your PC down. It's obviously drawing an awful lot on the screen, even with some powerful video cards. I must say though, this map plays really well even with all this rain on. I didn't see any stutters or slowdown, so really cool. So here I am thundering down one of the suburb roads, probably doing some silly overtaking. The rain's looking cool on this Falcon, although I couldn't get the windscreen wipers to work. It's probably because it's a little bit of an older mod, and I dumped it straight into a lamppost. Not great, but this just shows you with all this traffic on, it's so much fun to try and experiment with your driving around these great roads. So the next feature I don't think really is a feature, but I'm going to call it one, and that is the ability to drive off the road and really drive wherever you want to. So I've kind of taken the Falcon off road in here, and I just thought I'll just go as the crow flies, try and travel across some of the grassy areas. A lot of the maps that you do see, sometimes you do fall through the ground, or they haven't got the meshes on there. Happy to say though, this map, wherever I drove, it kind of behaved itself. So I'm not even sure how I got the Falcon across all that massive open green space, up the ramp and then back onto the road, but I did. So that plays really well. So you will be able to play this with off-road vehicles as well. And I don't know if that's something that the modders were looking at, but certainly I find it a really good feature to be able to drive exactly where you are. There are some fences on there, but if you can get around them, you can drive on all the green areas too. That's really fantastic. Another piece to call out on this map is that this is the first major release, 0.8. These modders are very experienced. They've done lots of cars and other track mods, so this is really polished even in its present state. So I've probably driven about 20 miles putting this footage together. Really enjoyed it. Didn't really get any glitches or quirky things happen. That's testament to how much time these guys have put into this. Now I am going to show you in a moment where you can get this from and how you can support the modders to download this map, but they've done a fantastic job in putting this together. This is one of the best and biggest free roam maps on Assetto Corsa. Now I know there's Bella Vista, I know there's Glen Shiel. They're just very different types of maps. The Need for Speed 2 maps that I've covered recently, they are fantastic too, but I think this one probably is in a slightly different area with the way it's running traffic, etc. What I do like about this is always somewhere to park your car. So there's my car, my Falcon parked up. That's really cool. So let's talk about where you can get this from then. So I'm going to put a link to their Facebook page and also their Patreon page. So to download this, you do need to support the modders, and I'm sure none of you, after seeing all of that, would actually say that that's not something you would want to do. So if you'd have a look through their Patreon page, it shows you everything about how to download this. Do remember on the Patreon pages, it's the same on CSP, that you only need to support the modder for 1 month to actually download the mod. Then you can cancel your subscription or you can keep it going. Personally, I keep a lot of my subscriptions going because I think these modders do a fantastic job of keeping Assetto Corsa alive. And when you just look at the amount of time and effort that's gone into this mod, you can appreciate supporting these guys is the least that we can do. This is like playing a brand new game. There you have it then guys, that's the Sydney West Free Roam. Should be in everybody's collection, it's absolutely phenomenal. Do check it out. As ever, thank you so much for watching today, I really appreciate your support, and as the channel goes from strength to strength, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would really like to have you on board, so do click on that subscribe button. And of course, if you've liked the video, pressing on that thumbs up really helps me with YouTube. See you soon guys.